Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We're coming to you live at 11:11, and we got a good guest today. We're going to be breaking down getting leads organically. And this has been a project for RJ and I. We've been at this for a minute. We got a lot to say. Typically, it's us interviewing somebody who's just feeding content to us, and we're ferociously taking notes, which we will be taking a lot of notes here today. But RJ and I got a few things to say about this because we have been actively doing exactly what Brady with Carrot.com is going to be breaking down for us. We're seasoned. We're vets with this, Brady. We're ready to rock with this because we've been practicing what you are going to be preaching, and we are creating leads. We are going to be talking about leads. We are going to be talking about execution. These are the best leads, by the way, everybody. This is what nobody's talking about. These are the best leads, the organic SEO, just straight from the internet. Number one, they're the best because you don't pay for them. Number two, the quality of lead is always the best. When we see one of our Carrot leads come through, we always get a little pep in our step because these are the banger deals, everybody. So we're going to be it down with Brady from Carrot.com. RJ, how's the vibe?
The vibe is alive. Little chilly out there, but we're staying warm. The deals are coming in every single day. I think we had a really good week last week as far as from a contract standpoint. I think we got 3, right? And then we got one
This
recently,
week.
right? And so real estate deals are everywhere, guys. This is one of the ways that we're doing this, and it doesn't cost you a lot of money. It doesn't cost you a lot of money. Just you have to be disciplined with it, and we'll break down. So you want to be taking notes because I'm going to be taking notes as well because this is our first time meeting Brady, and he's got some really good tips to share with everybody. Everybody, right now, the number one thing we had surveyed our followers, and thank you guys for following us on all the socials and on this podcast, by the way. So appreciate you. But the number one thing that everybody wants to know is how are we getting off-market deals?
Straight up.
It is. It's like because everyone hears about it. Everyone knows they get the best discounts. Everybody knows that you make your money when you buy, and you have to buy at deep discounts.
Yeah.
So excited to have you on here, Brady.
I'm excited to chat, man.
We got a lot of good feedback from our little show. Our little show is growing. So please, all of you that are, if you're enjoying the content we've been putting out, it's straight value. Brady, we're not here to talk about the weather. I know RJ said it's a little bit chilly. We ain't going to talk about the weather anymore. I promise.
Cold weather, hot leads. That's
exactly.
We don't care about the weather, and we don't care about the score, and we don't care about anything but dominating real estate, building financial freedom. It's not even dominating. That sounds like an ego statement. Like I'm here to compete and I'm here to beat. No, I want to create financial freedom for ourselves, for our families, for our listeners, for each and every single one of us. Because guess what? There's plenty to go around. This ain't no, oh, if I'm winning, somebody else is losing world. It ain't like that at all. We're programmed to think that way, Brady. Did you know that? We're programmed to think we got to beat the next person. We got to get a better test score in the school. And then we got to get a better job, and we got to interview, and we got to, get this job. And then we're going to slave away for years, and we're going to get a gold watch at the end of this thing. And we're going to be living
scarcity mindset is a real thing, man. There's enough to go around.
Tell me about that. What's your background when it comes to personal development? Before we get into Carrot, everybody write this down. You're going to have in the show notes, you're going to have our affiliate link. Use that because that gives us free grocery money. And I got 2 baby twins. They suck. These babies drink down formula like it's freaking insane.
Oh, dude.
It's insane.
I got a 2-year-old. We just got out of formula days. It's nuts.
Bro, I got 2 2-year-olds. He's got full-grown monsters on his hands. They're eating real food at this point. It's insane. Use our affiliate link. It's down in the show notes. But before we get into Carrot, what is your background? Just a little bit. We typically don't get into personal background, but what is your personal development background? I'm curious.
I like that question. I like that. I'll keep it real short. In a nutshell, man, I'm a scatterbrained creative with ADHD who is interested in everything all of the time. And so that got me to like 14, 16 different jobs. I'm 32 now, and I had probably, 14 different jobs by the time I was in my mid-20s. And Eventually, one day I got fired from a job working at a cabinet shop, and it was one of the best things, hindsight, that ever happened to me. Because it forced me to get serious about what I actually really wanted to do. And I said, I'm not going towards dead end jobs anymore. Maybe people who are trying to make it in real estate investing can relate to that. But I was like,
Yeah.
I'm no longer just going to do things that I'm okay with. I got to do stuff that fires me up, that I'm good at. So, yeah, I just started trying new things. And for me, I'd gone to trade school for audio engineering, and that turned into podcasting. Podcasting turned into videos and marketing, and turned into a content marketing career, most of that with carrot.com. So yeah, big fan of personal development. I think, like, man, 2 books that changed the game for me. One is called Start by John Acuff. And it kind of talks about how,
What
like,
is that? All right.
Start.
it's called Start by John Acuff. The guy used to write for Dave Ramsey's company.
Yeah.
It really relieved me as like a mid-20s guy, because he talks about how in your 20s you're learning, your 30s you're editing, your 40s you're mastering, and your 50s is legacy. And that took the pressure off me to go like, oh, I don't have to have all my stuff figured out at 25. This is learning. And now I'm in my 30s and I feel good. I'm like, I'm editing, I'm fine tuning So anyways, I think the biggest thing for me in personal development is I try not to focus on the money. I try to focus on what are the things that make me light up and come alive. What are the things I'm uniquely suited and skilled for? And I go after those things hard, and it helps me stay focused, and then it helps the money follow. I think that's the simplest way I can put it. It's worked out for me, I guess. Yeah.
I like that. Brady, is there any good personal development books that you read recently outside of Start? Anything about mindset?
Start was a good one. Let's see. I was reading Rick Rubin's book on creativity that came out recently. It was good. It's a little bit too heady for me. Another one, this is like really specific to like negotiation and sales objections. It's called Rejection Proof. It's called Rejection Proof, and it's about this this immigrant entrepreneur who's like who just can't deal with rejection at all. And he leaves his job and is trying to make it as an entrepreneur, but realizes he just can't do rejection. So he goes on this journey of intentionally getting rejected every day, like asking people for money, asking people weird questions, just to overcome this rejection fear. I read that, and it was like super inspiring, super tactical. Literally one of the few books that actually changed my life. But I'd recommend that for anybody who's like doing cold calls or just can't talk to people face to face. That book is just a huge shift.
What was
it called?
It's called Rejection Proof.
Rejection Proof. Okay. All right.
You know why people, kind of fear rejection?
Insecurities? I don't know.
Totally. Well, yeah, it's afraid of being a failure. It's afraid of it's that ego, man. It's that ego.
Well, you think of it as a personal thing.
And our ego wants us to be perfect. Everything's perfect. Everything happens perfectly. There's no mistakes. Everything. I'm on this pedestal.
Yeah.
Business ain't like that, is it, RJ?
No, it's so, there's a lot of things that come to mind when you say like, oh, it's being perfect. And what comes to mind a lot is the students that are successful in our program. We give them just a little bit of action implementation. They take it and they roll with it and they see results. It's imperfect action. It's imperfect action. I like all of them. The ones that are seeing results, the ones that aren't are typically in their head. They're afraid to look bad, small.
Yes.
It's like, I don't want anybody to see me not perfect.
Right.
And the bottom line is nobody really gives a shit. No one cares. So if no one cares, if you have that mentality, if no one's even paying attention to you, and you can just go in and mess up and they'll probably forget about it. Like, who's the last person that died that was famous? No one knows. No one's even paying attention. So who cares if you mess up?
Had to think on that one, man.
I still can't think. What did you come up with?
Jimmy Carter, maybe.
Oh,
no, there's been someone since then.
Right? And that was like, what, several months ago. It doesn't matter, guys. You can look super small and imperfect. All that matters is you, how you're competing against you. Yeah. It's really, that's all that matters.
Your brain is really good at lying to you.
Right. If you can take what we're going to give you here today, you're going to take little tidbits and go out there and imperfectly act, you're going to get closer to success.
I got a question for you, Brady. And then we're
Yep.
going to get into care. I promise our listeners we're getting into organic traffic to your leads. We got this game figured out, but I got a question for you. Are you familiar with the book Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz?
No, I'm not. Psycho Cybernetics?
Mark Evans, DM, who we highly appreciate, we really like him. He said it was one of the most influential books in his life. But
Really?
I have also been down the rabbit hole of Psycho Cybernetics, and it's such an interesting story. I'll give it to you in a nutshell. This guy was a plastic surgeon, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and he would get people to come to him and be like, I need a new nose. Like it was their own insecurity. It was all in their head. Like, my nose is completely messed up and this, that, and the other. And I look terrible, this and that. And for some people, he like knew they didn't need a new nose. He like knew they didn't need things, but he would like do a tiny minor little procedure. It's like basically nothing, but then tell them like, look, you are completely fixed. This is what I did. It's this whole extravagant thing. It's like, wow, you really want to, and then, but he didn't, but he convinced them. It's like, you look better now. And then sure enough, they're like, boom, I look better now. It was all in their head the whole time. And then there was people who were like, oh, my ears are too big. I got to do something like this. And like he would do a medical procedure to do exactly what they wanted. And it didn't matter how much work he did plastic surgery wise. They couldn't get it out of their head. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not. It's the way they see it. It's all self-image shit. And it's crazy. So he gives direct, so that got him all into like personal development and like self-image, building up our self-worth, because he realized all these patients, the vast majority of patients that were coming to him for cosmetic plastic surgery, it's all in their head. It's complete nonsense, right? Oh, this is going on with me. It's not though. Like he would show people exact results of his surgery. Look at this transformation. And they still didn't see it. Like they just could not see it because that's the way they viewed themselves. Psycho Cybernetics is nasty, bro.
I might have to check that out.
Legit.
I have a rule of 3 that keeps me from like information overload. Like I wait for 3 people to recommend a book or movie before I dive in, but sometimes I make an exception. This might be one.
Psycho Cybernetics is a classic. So everybody, we are getting into what is carrot.com, Brady?
What is carrot.com, man? People know us as the website people. That's probably what you guys think of us as, is like we're the website folks for real estate investors. That's the main thing, man. But in a nutshell, we're good at helping investors stand out, make a website faster and easier without the headache. You can launch one in 20 minutes. I was just talking at Aria last week, halfway through my talk, about half an hour in, the guy in the back of the room stands up and he's like, hey, this guy, what he's saying is legit. I started my website when he started talking at this RIA and I'm almost done, in like less than half an hour. I was like, see, so it's super easy and it's built to attract motivated seller leads. So instead of just a generic website that doesn't actually do you anything, we kind of took the real estate investor market and said, how can we make websites that actually attract leads and convert leads into deals so that, like you said, they're bigger, juicier deals? And we'll get into that. Like, why is it a juicy deal? How is it a juicy deal? Because every lead is not the same. Quality is not the same. But anyways, we do websites. And then recently, so I don't know if you guys know this, we acquired Investor Fuse 2 years ago. One of the biggest.
Did not know that.
Yeah, one of the biggest CRMs in the space. Those guys have been working on Investor Fuse for years, specifically for investors, not another white labeled generic CRM. We acquired them a couple years ago and just baked it into Carrot. So now it's Carrot CRM. So we're super pumped about it because I don't know anyone else in real estate who's given away a free CRM that's actually legitimate. So we have a free CRM now, even if you're not a Carrot member. And then if you are a Carrot member, it's pretty cool because now you got your CRM and all your lead flow inside the same system as your website.
And they have Investor Fuse and Podio. What would that transition look like? So we don't have to renew. I mean, if we don't have to renew, can we just transfer it all over to the free CRM?
The free CRM is built so you can do what you need, but I don't know. It depends on what version you guys have. It depends on if you guys are using features in Investor Fuse. So like, long story short, keep using Investor Fuse if you're on Investor Fuse. Eventually we're probably going to migrate that over to Carrot. That's still TBD. I don't know, but
our students,
But it's still going to be in Podio, right? Investor Fuse.
Yeah, same
Right?
platform. So
Okay, same platform.
Carrot CRM is basically, it's all the same technology as Investor Fuse.
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
You know
And we
what? I mean,
Okay.
our students ask us this all the time, right? Well, how do I get a CRM? A CRM, the client relationship manager. This is where you're managing your leads. If you're new to this business, this is where when you get leads from your website, they go to your CRM, so you know when to call these people back. You're taking notes. You're calling the seller. The seller's got a dog named Bingo. You got to remember these things. This way, when you call them back, you have that rapport. You're managing your client and customer relationships. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And so people sign up for Carrot. You're going to build them a website. I just shared our website here. If you're watching the screen, if you're able to look at the screen, take a look. But this is our Carrot site. We've been with you guys for years. You have built everything. We sent you the logo. We got our own phone number and whatnot. But all of this copy is very, very keyword friendly, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of makes Carrot Sites different is like you pick the site template based on the type of leads you want to generate. So you obviously, most people listen and you're trying to go after motivated sellers. And so you come into Carrot, you pick the motivated seller template, and all that copy is already written for you. So all the pages are already built out. That how it works page you're on, the the testimonials page, the FAQ. We do all that for you. So it's like it's 80 to 100%. I mean, depending on what you want to do at the website, it's there out of the box. If you want to generate leads, you want it to look credible. Yeah, you need to do a few of the things we recommend and put in some work. You got to do some work. But I don't advise this, but I still like to bring it up. I talked to a guy a few weeks ago in San Antonio. He does a lot of land deals. And he's like, man, my daughter wanted to get into wholesaling land and wanted to be quick and easy. So I launched our Carrot site. We called it like Cowboy Land Buyer, put a little cowboy logo on there that I found on Google, and just straight Carrot site out of the box, ran PPC traffic to it, Google ads to it. We're closing deals. I'm like, oh my gosh.
What?
And I'm like, this is not good because people need to actually they need to put their logo and, tweak the copy, put their photo on there, do the things we recommend to their website. But I thought it was cool is just straight out of the box, getting leads, driving
like
traffic
that.
to it, not organic
Yeah,
leads.
yeah.
We're going to show what we're doing to drive organic traffic. We're going to show you in real life. I got it all pulled up here. I'm going to be sharing my screen and whatnot. But why don't you kind of share a little bit here, Brady? I just shared our website. Why don't you share some of the statistics on how we're doing? I mean, you came prepared to this meeting where you were like, hey, I'm going to show you guys where we're ranking. How are we doing? If you don't, I mean, maybe if you can share your screen, it'd be nice to get a visual, or you could just kind of tell us what we're looking at on how we're doing personally.
Yeah.
This is RJ and I's business. This is our business.
Yeah, I'll tell you because I don't want to give away any like sensitive lead data from the back end of your site. But here's the important things. You Google, and so everybody, this is the part where you listen in. This is how they're getting organic traffic in the simplest form. Motivated sellers every day are going to Google and they type in things like how to sell my house fast, how to sell my house during a divorce, cash home buyers, Columbus, Ohio. So before we hopped on, I Googled, sell my house fast, Columbus, Ohio. And the fourth Google result was your guys' website. Boom. Sellers are looking at the top few rankings. They're seeing their options. They click on their website, y'all's website, and then they become a lead because that website is built to convert and it's credible. That's it. So they're coming through that way. And then you guys are also ranking for Google My Business or Google Business Profile. So I don't know. Sometimes Google businesses will pop up. Sometimes they don't, depending on the keyword people type in. But for that, there's 3 businesses that pop up and you guys were in one of those top 3. I can't remember which one. I think it was 1 or 2. But you were there, you had reviews and your website was connected to it. So sellers are Googling this stuff. They land your Google business profile. That takes them to the website and that website helps convert them and educate them. And so when I'm looking at the back end of y'all's website, this is crazy. You got all time, you've been a Carrot member for 8 years, 1,406 leads. That's a lot of leads. And those are motivated leads. It's completely different than if we're talking like, a list from the county or just cold calling, like totally different. Yeah. So those are a couple stats in a nutshell, man. But a lot of these leads are, in fact, all the ones I see are coming organic, from Google search and from like Google business listings. Yeah. I see just in this last month, you got 14. Maybe there were times, there are probably times in the past where you were generating more. Maybe you were putting a little more work into SEO. I'm not sure. But yeah, you get, 14. That's a lead every other day this month. Motivated leads.
Gangster.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm going to share kind of what we've been doing, and it takes a little courage. It takes a little courage, everybody.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I want to know. I'm just curious for context. Have you guys always been like bought into content marketing, organic lead gen, or were you spending money on paid marketing before?
Very little, RJ.
Yeah, I mean the marketing that we had done in the past. I mean, we share it. We're gonna break it down for you, but this has always been, we knew that doing a lot of seller testimonials.
Yeah, that's the kill.
Like nobody was doing
the
that.
kings of that shit.
Nobody's doing that. Like if you search and look at the videos on YouTube, nobody. And if you're listening to this and you want to challenge me, nobody has more video testimonials than we do, because we do it with every single seller. We did one last week, and we bought hundreds and thousands of properties. So, and then we capture it, we put it on YouTube, and then we put our YouTube video on the Carrot site.
Perfect.
And so we knew about this a long time ago, and it's free to do that. It doesn't cost you a thing. It just takes, like Dave said, a little courage. We never paid for any SEO things. We are doing a lot of, inbound marketing. So we do have PPC ads. And we're also, we've got a little small direct mail campaign going on for a specific niche list. But what we have found is that the inbound leads are far better than doing a bunch of outbound. And I'm not knocking the outbound. If you figured out the outbound, you're getting a good return, continue to do what works. But what we've found is we're far more efficient when we just do inbound marketing. Sometimes they land on our site from the PPC ads. But a lot of times the ones that are doing direct mail for us, meaning they do the direct mail. So everyone's, been taught to do direct mail, and that's a good way to generate leads. When they type in, like some of our competitors will just type in, they do the direct mail, and then the client will type in Google, we buy houses Columbus or whatever, and then we're right there on that front page. And so, a lot of times we're getting their traffic onto our site because we've been diligent over the years with making sure our YouTube channels got our testimonials, making sure that video is going on our site, making sure that, our page is, up to date and working. So share your screen, Dave, like show them what we've done. And we've just been consistent with it.
This is cool. I'm excited.
Single time.
One of the things I was excited to dig into is testimonials. I'm glad you guys are doing this. We'll take it over.
Brother, you know what it is? It's just straight up courage. Like, no, you just got to tell these. So this is an old sales rep for us. I have really enjoyed getting the testimonials, a lot of the older stuff. You see me on here, but here's what it is. It's one thing to get the testimonial, and I'll give a little tidbit to everybody. Number one, you got to get that testimonial when you're closing the deal, because you're never going to get a second chance. Once these people get paid, they will never do the testimonial. They are gone. Everybody's all flirty and nice and fun, and we're all hugging and this and that until you get to the closing table. They get their money. They no longer want anything to do with you ever again for the rest of their life. They will never come back and get a testimonial. You must get it before the closing or at the day of the closing, just so everybody knows. Don't let them play you. Ain't that right, RJ? It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get you next time. You ain't gonna get it next time. There ain't no next time.
It's hard. We've gotten some from after the fact, but it's just hard. And we've also lost some because we didn't do this. So now we implement it right when they're getting their money, or day of closing. We're getting on a Zoom. Sometimes the title company, we used to go to the closings at the title company. The title company can come to us now. And you see all of our testimonials are on Zoom. It's easy. You can do this when you're not even in town doing a closing through.
Here's another thing. So create a YouTube channel which is in alignment with your website. Sell House Columbus, Sell House Fast Columbus, Ohio is the name of our YouTube channel. We got a backlink right here, Sell House Columbus. You know what we should do is actually edit that. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm not gonna do it right this second, but check it out. It's all about the backlinks. So here is one that was uploaded to YouTube 7 days ago. And we went ahead then, and this is how you do it. So immediately you got to put a backlink, and the way you got to do the http:// hyperlink, right here in the description of the video. And then it's got our phone number there that helps out the SEO. Columbus, Ohio. It's all just keywords. We buy houses in Cincinnati. We buy houses in Mansfield, Ohio. We buy houses all over the great state of Ohio. Call today for a no obligation offer for your Ohio house. That's just like a little banger. Boom, done.
So right? You know what's interesting? Google this last year also started maybe they've been doing it, but they just acknowledged they're listening to mentions in YouTube videos and give it similar value to a backlink. Not the same as like a hard-earned backlink, but let's say in this podcast, and we say Kara.com 5 times, Google's picking up on that, and they're looking at the audio of YouTube videos, and they're scrubbing transcripts to see holistically, where is this company being talked about online? They pay attention to that stuff.
So let me share something real quick, and then we'll get back to business here. I've been into we've been all into books today. We've been talking about books. We talked about the book Start. We talked about Rejection Proof. We talked about Psycho-Cybernetics. I'm going to talk about another book for a minute. I'm into Dan Kennedy books.
Yeah,
he's a beast. It's my first kind of go around with him, and I really like him. And you know, he is very one-sided politically, and he's not afraid to talk about that. He's a conservative guy and whatnot. But what he also talks about, which is so true, is sometimes people who go too far on the conservative side, they get into these conspiracies about, Big Brother's watching me, and we're all being watched, and this and that. And there's a case to be made. I mean, we're talking about how our voices are being picked up right now and being analyzed by some AI, which is affecting the internet. Like literally the words we speak are being listened to on some level, right? But we could complain about that, and we can try to take on the world, and we can try to fight the good fight, or we can completely monetize it, which we are. Let's talk about our websites. Let's utilize this day and age. It's not a conspiracy, this Big Brother crazy, let's fight it. No. How do we maximize? How do we create our own economy? Isn't that what you always say, RJ? We've got to create our own economy. So we live in this day and age. Let's do the things that make the money. I mean, do you want money or do you not want money? It's really that simple.
It's funny how like this conversations around AI, we waste so much time around things that we don't have any like actual, we can't do anything about it,
Yeah.
It's like we're voicing our opinions about $1 trillion tech companies and hedge funds that they're going to do their thing, Yeah, just figure out how you can use it to be helpful.
Another mindset piece, which you got to be careful of. And I have a family member who is a dear fighting patriot, which is good. Love him. But it turns you into this mindset of like, well, these people need to pay. They need to pay their share, and they need to, you're like in this world of this fight that you have no control over, and you're just not really producing results at the end of the day. But I thought it was interesting that you just said, hey, we could verbally say our domain names, sellhousecolumbus.com. There you go. I just said it, and Google just picked up on it almost like a backlink, right? But that's what we were kind of discussing, is creating these backlinks within our YouTube videos. So we get a testimonial from the seller. We create a backlink. In every testimonial, I say, hey, visit us online at sellhousecolumbus.com for a no obligation cash offer. So I'm verbally saying it within these videos as well. Once I get the video, it's so easy. Carrot makes it insanely easy, where I just click the share button, which is right here. And then I copy this link, and then I go to, you want me to do it? I'll do it right now. Let's take a look here. Hang on. Let's do it.
While you're doing that, a couple tips I'd recommend for the video. I think one, it's awesome you guys are in it. Like you being in the video with the seller is great. I'd probably title it something like, Dave Jones testimonial for Sell House Fast Columbia, and keep it the same as the business name, because Google wants to see that exact business name all over the internet. And people are Googling when they're ready to make a decision and they're comparing you against a few other investors in your market. We get people closing deals from Googling your business name, testimonial. So my house, or it's usually like reviews.
Like that.
Brady
Yeah,
buys
reviews or
houses,
testimonial
reviews. Yeah, and so I would do that. So like
that goes on the title, is what you're saying, Brady.
yeah, for the YouTube title, because they're all the same right now, and it's not bad. It's helping for SEO, but it needs to help for credibility too.
Yeah.
If I were doing it, I'd put like maybe their objection, like in quotes, I was so nervous, or I was skeptical, hyphen Dave Jones testimonial for Sell My House Fast Columbia, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, some people will see that title like, oh man, I was nervous, or I thought they were going to lowball me. You know,
that's a good tip right
So
there.
that's the name of the video. You're naming the video. I was so nervous, but Sell House Columbus
review.
Review.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would put at least their first name too. It's just a little more believable.
Yeah, and we do that. Well, actually, Carrot does that for us. Let me kind of share this with you. So here's our order of operations, everybody. If you're watching this and you want to know exactly what we do, right? You get that little testimonial at the closing table or the closing day, and it could be a Zoom call. It could be a Zoom call. You don't need to show up. You just do a little Zoom call, hit that record button. There's your video. And then we apply it to YouTube, and then we add a hyperlink to our website in the comments, or I'm sorry, in the description of the video for YouTube. Then we copy and paste the.
Want to share your screen, Dave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We oops, hang on one moment. Sorry, guys. Then once we have the YouTube link, entire screen, there we go. Then we log in. Here's the back end. This looks familiar to you, right, Brady?
Yep.
All right. So then here's our website, sellhousecolumbus.com. I click content. Look how easy this is, everybody. I click testimonials, lower left. Bam. Watch this. I click add new. Bam. And look at this. So I'll do it in real time. Look at this. Let's copy my website or copy my YouTube video.
It even tells you. It says paste a YouTube video link right here.
It says right there. Yeah. So look.
Yeah,
you know,
I was
nervous. But Sell House Columbus made it easy.
Yep.
And then I just paste my link right here. Boom. Then the author, here's Willie. I remember that man's name. Where is he at? He was in Mansfield, Ohio. Bam. And guess what? Publish. We're going to go ahead and leave it on there. I don't even care.
The cool thing is when you did that, Dave, it adds it to the testimonials page automatically.
Yes, it does.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, we try to make this easy so you don't have to be a techie. Like, it's just doing it for you.
Yeah. No. So look, now I'm publishing it. Now it's saving. Okay. Now I'm going, here's our website. Look, I already put it on there because this is the very last one that we did. But click refresh. I'm on our website. It'll come, I believe. It just takes a few minutes.
I think you were saying like it takes courage.
There it is. There it is. I was nervous by.
Yeah.
I did a little typo, whatever. But there it is. This is how easy it is, though. Look how fast that happened, everybody. Now I'm back in our. Let me edit this, right? So I was nervous. I meant to say, but Sell House Columbus made it easy. Save. There you go. And go back. So anyway, this is
as credible as it gets for testimonials.
That's I'm telling you guys. So look how easy it is. Now we're going to refresh it. It's going to change it here for us. But This is how this works. It is extremely easy. Within a couple minutes, we just sorry guys. Within a couple minutes, we just showed you this is what you do. So you get the seller at the closing table. There's 3 main questions you're going to ask the seller. How did you find out about us? Guess what, everybody? It's not a scary question because the majority of them don't even remember. I don't know. They just say something. Next thing you're going to say, what was your experience like working with us? And they're collecting a check in hand. They're going to say, it was great. That's when they say, you made it easy, this, that, and the other. And then you say this simple question, which you're always going to get a positive answer to. You're going to say, well, what would you say to somebody else who needs to sell their house fast and easy? Oh, call you. Call you. This is it. There is your testimonial video. Put it onto YouTube. You take the YouTube link. You put it on your back end for your Carrot site. Now you're dominating SEO.
That's great. Yeah.
You don't want to do things. What is this going on here, RJ?
It's easy, man. One question one of my favorite questions I learned from someone a while back is asking them, you know, what were some of the hesitations you had? Were there any concerns before you want to work with us? Because in my view, as a marketer, like testimonials, their whole purpose is to fight objections. Is to overcome objections and build confidence with sellers so that they want to work with you. And that's the main thing. Like they're nervous. Are they going to scam me? Are they going to lowball me? Can they actually close? All those things, you know. I didn't know if they could actually close in the time frame they said they would. I didn't know if I'd get my cash off, you know. I like that question. But yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Those easy questions. And you get the biggest deals that way, man.
So what else can we be doing here to make things even better for us?
So can I hit you with a punch list real quick?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
let's do it.
I'm just going to rip through it, man.
This is it, guys. Take notes.
This is the meat. Okay. I don't have any water, so hopefully I don't burn out here. Okay. Number 1 is your unique selling proposition. This is marketing 101. Every investor is running out there with the same message of, we buy houses fast. We buy houses for cash. That's fine. It's good. It works, but you could do better. So figure out how to make yourself unique. Maybe we've been in business X number of years. Maybe we're veteran owned, we're local. Maybe it's the simplest transition solution. Maybe, you know, you holistically help them. You help them move. You do all the other stuff. You go the extra mile that other people don't. Maybe you close on 100% of contracts and you actually are the end cash buyer. Figure out a way.
I never recommend that one because there's a lot of contracts that fall out. Everybody, let's keep it real.
Yeah. So just throwing out ideas, but figure out, look at your competition. So go to Google, sell my house fast Columbus, figure out what other people are doing and figure out how you can stand out. What makes you unique, you know, your personality, your business, whatever. Okay. So that's number 1 thing. Figure out how to stand out. Number 2, Google My Business. The Google business profile, it's free to set up. It takes you like less than 15 minutes. Get that, hook your website to it. Cause I shared with you, like you guys got a lot of leads coming from that and it's easy. It's free SEO, just a little bit of sweat equity. So do that. You guys did that well. What I would do is I would take like an iPad or an iPhone to closings when you're getting that testimonial and pull up that leave a Google review link. And you could even like voice type, hit the dictation thing. And while they're talking, have it, what they're saying, type it into a Google review, maybe, or just say, hey, you know, I appreciate that testimonial. Would you mind like leaving us a quick review on Google so we can let other people know how we helped you? Or so other people can know what this was like. So do that, get reviews, Google reviews all day, every day, just like the testimonies you guys are talking about. Do that. Another thing, I would add a credibility bar to your guys' website. That's just a short bar under that top section of the website, right under the form. And it's drag and drop on Carrot. So we have a template, you just drag and drop it in and it'll have things in it like 5 stars on Google. It'll be a Google logo with 5 stars. And it'll say, find us on YouTube. It'll say 5 stars on Facebook, you know, Better Business Bureau, things like that. Just like, boom, blast it with credibility. So do that. Number 3, you need to have the right website. I'm not here to give you a sales pitch on Carrot. You guys already know it's converting. But like, don't do a custom website. You're going to waste thousands of dollars on a developer.
Totally.
It just, and don't go cheap. Like I had a guy ask me last week, what if I have a GoDaddy website? It's like $20 a month. And I'm like, how many leads you got from it? Crickets. Does it convert? I don't know. Yep. That's why we built Carrot. You know, if you care about leads and deals, then get a Carrot site. Number 4, You need content that actually answers prospects' questions. Okay, so there's 3 industries that this people need to do their research to make these buying decisions, like in-depth research, where there's a higher level of trust: is medical, legal, and real estate. And so we often think like, okay, just marketing, just getting in front of people is enough, but it's not. Part of the reason your guys' website does so well is because it's got the blog, it's got the testimonials. It answers all the questions they have in their mind, but they're probably too afraid to ask you over the phone. And so the thing I like to tell people about like a website, if you do it right, like you guys are doing, it makes sellers predisposed to want to work with you before you even get on the call with them. That's why, Dave, you said they're the best leads, because they've been on your website. They feel like they know you, they trust you. And, they've read that how it works page of what it's like working with you versus an agent. So your website needs that content. Carrot does a lot of that content for you. Testimonials, we kind of already talked about that. If you're not going to do video, I'd say just do it. You're silly if you don't. But get at least photos of them or their property, get a text testimonial. There's another one, an about video. Do you guys have an about video on your site?
We got interviewed by the news, so we got that straight.
Oh yeah,
up.
that's right. I saw that. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just as good. I'm going to give away a ChatGPT prompt for anyone that has the courage to actually get on video. Okay. So plug this in a ChatGPT. Write me an about our company video script, no less than 150 words and no more than 300 words. Act as a real estate investor from Columbus, Ohio, from Brady Buys Houses, whatever company name. Include my core values, unique selling proposition of being the most trustworthy home buyer in Columbus, Ohio, and my years of experience. The target audience is someone who wants to sell their home fast for cash. Write it in a way that demonstrates firsthand expertise, experience, builds trust with viewers, and positions me as a trusted authority that can help them sell their house in any situation. The tone should be friendly yet professional.
I already know everybody's going to be rewinding this one.
Plug that in, get the script, put it on a sticky note or a teleprompter app on your phone, and just put it in selfie mode and record that. And when you get your face on video and you put that on your website, you're going to close more deals than the guy who's not doing it. You have no excuses now.
I'm gonna have you say that again. Let's say that one more time. And guys, I will be right back in 2 seconds. Just something real quick.
All right. Let me know when, Dave.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So write me an about our company video script, no less than 150 words and no more than 300 words. Act as a real estate investor from Columbus, Ohio, from Brady Buys Houses. Include my core values, unique value proposition or selling proposition of being the most trustworthy home buyer in Columbus, Ohio, and include my years of experience. The target audience is someone who wants to sell their home fast for cash. Write it in a way that demonstrates firsthand expertise, experience, builds trust with viewers, and positions me as a trusted authority that can help them sell their house in any situation. The tone should be friendly, yet professional. So that's the prompt. I say 150 to 300 words because that's about the length you want. I think that's like 1 to 2 minutes-ish.
Yeah. That's good because anything over 3, then 5 and 7, that seems to be like the hot. Everyone's just tuned out. Anymore. So that's good.
You got to get the message across fast.
Man, you were talking about 7 ways to build credibility, but I got like 8, 9 ways. So thank you for over delivering today. So here they are. You got to.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you one more. Is that okay?
One more. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, last one. And you guys will like this because you use investor views. So this is easy to implement. Super easy. Your follow-up. If you have leads in a CRM, even if they're like ones that you would call cold or call dead, set them on an automated drip campaign. Set them on a sequence in your CRM. You can do this with Carrot or investor views. And what you want to do, the goal is not to just bug them every once in a while so you stay top of mind. The goal is to educate them and add value. So this is really easy. You can set up 1 to 2 sentence emails in an email sequence that's automated to follow up with your old leads. And you say, if you can't get a hold of a lead, and it's like, hey, hey, Joanna, haven't heard from you in a while. In case you're curious about how it works working with us, here's a little bit of the process. Hope this helps answer any questions you might have. And you link it to your how it works page. You can do variations of emails like that with any page on your website. Hey, Hey, Joanna, we helped your neighbor Dave close his house recently. He was ecstatic about it. Just wanted you to see this cool little testimonial. Link to the video.
And we straight up text this stuff. It ain't just an email follow up. Like
Yeah.
we are very text heavy, and you should be as well in your house buying efforts. I mean, we gotta. What do we do, RJ? How many points of touches are we doing? A lot.
Over
Man.
7. It's over
Come on.
7.
Listen, what are we texting, emailing, calling?
Yeah. Sending them
so
testimonial links. That's
links.
great. So Investor Fuse can automate that all for you. By
Yeah.
the way.
Automated campaigns, because if you don't, you can't mentally maintain all these different leads in your head. Even if you just started out and you've only got a few leads, you got so much stuff going on. You don't have the time for that. And so
Yeah.
automate it after you do your manual outreach. And you guys probably speak to this better than I can, but after you do your manual outreach, set them on something automatic. So it's just pinging them with texts and emails. So you're staying top of mind and you're being helpful. You're educating them.
All right, we're gonna do a quick recap, and then Dave, you can go. So you need to have a unique selling proposition within your house buying company. So pay attention to what the other, other house buying companies are doing, and make sure yours is unique. For example, hey, I've been in the business for over 15 years, been buying and selling, and have the most testimonials, video testimonials on YouTube. Check out the link, right? That's unique. Now you need to set up a Google My Business profile. Super important. Bring an iPad or an iPhone with you at the closing so that you can have them do Google reviews, right? Right there on your Google site. Your credibility, have a credibility bar in the website, which means you have 5 stars on Google, or you have 5 stars on Facebook, right? Or you're on a Better Business Bureau. You need to make sure that you have the right website. Pickcarrot.com. Wink, wink. Next, you need to have content around your prospects questions, right? So create content around that. You could do that through video walkthroughs, putting it on YouTube, putting it on your site,
Or blogs that Carrot already wrote for you, so you don't have to.
yeah, or you just plug and play, which makes that's why we love Carrot. Testimonials, you saw an example of our testimonials right there. Number 8, so you need to have an about video, right? And so that Chat GPT prompt, you want to rewind to 40 minutes into this, and he gives you the prompt twice. And then lastly is you need to have your drip sequence. So have a follow-up sequence, which Investor Fuse does for you, so that you can continually get in front of all your prospects, because that is the name of the game when you're marketing to motivated sellers and just sales in general, is the follow-up wins. Whoever has the best follow-up wins. Dave, you got anything else?
I do. So the last thing that I wanted to say is this. There might be somebody watching. It's like, oh, Dave and RJ with 1,000 leads. They've had these things for years. They got all these testimonial videos. They've been doing this for years. It's going to take me forever to get to this. This is this limiting belief nonsense that goes on in our head. We need to be resourceful, don't we, RJ? We need to be resourceful. And the way we're going to do this, if you're brand new, maybe you haven't even done a deal yet, right? Maybe you're just starting your lead generation, right? This is what I want you to do. Still go through the motions. Get your Carrot site set up, obviously. Get your YouTube channel set up, obviously. And since you don't have testimonials, I want you to do a video on every single lead you talk to. Meaning, you're going to just do a quick video. Every day you're doing 1 to 2 videos. You're going to be like, hey, everybody, it's Dave back here with Sell House Columbus. Just wanted to tell you about another client prospect that I'm talking to. This person's relocating. Relocating happens to the best of us. Sometimes it's out of our control. And it's what's interesting about this lead is they've already purchased their new home. Just tell the story of every single lead that you get. Oh, even the ones you can't help. I just got another seller and just got off the phone with them. So I wanted to shoot a quick video for you all on the channel and let you know this particular person, they just put $30,000 of their own money into this property to make it retail ready. We discovered that's not going to be a fit for me. As you all know, I buy houses from people kind of who need to sell or want to sell, but don't want to use a realtor. I'm the cash buyer guy, but we established that. And this particular lead is not a good fit, but we sent him on his way. He's going to be working with a realtor, and that's perfectly acceptable. We shook hands and parted as friends. But if you have a house that you're more on the side of looking to sell for cash, I'm probably going to be a good fit for you. So make sure you visit us online, Sell House. You could just do a video with every conversation you have. The only reason you're not going to do this, the only reason somebody's not going to do this, is this fear. And it's fear of process, right, RJ? Fear. It's a lot of setup. I got to set it up. What are you complaining about? First world damn problems. Google makes it so easy for us. Everything's easy. You just got to do it. You got this mental blockage of fear of process. I got to set it up, and this is going to suck. Okay, limiting beliefs. Let's go ahead and remove that and execute action. And then the second thing is fear of looking dumb. I'm going to look stupid on camera, and I might. Listen, that's what
Nobody cares.
keeping you broke.
Nobody even cares.
Keeping you broke. Be shameless. If you don't have $1 million, here's Alex Hormozy. I love this quote because it's so freaking true. If you don't have $1 million in your bank account, you should be shameless. There ain't no, oh, I wonder if I'm bugging this person. I wonder if I look dumb. There's no shame. If you want to be rich, if you really desire it, Napoleon Hill, you got to have that burning desire. If you really want it, how bad do you want it? You got to fight these fears, man. You got to get over it. You got to get over looking dumb. You got to get over what if this doesn't work. You got to get over this is going to take forever. Technology sucks. All of it's got to go. And we got to execute, Brady. We got to execution every single day towards the desire that we have. Let's go, man.
That's good, man.
Final, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, people get wrapped around the axle block video. And I know that 9 out of 10 people listening, they're just not going to do it. They're still going to hear us talk about how it gets the biggest deals. It works. It's easy. And most people still aren't going to do it. I'd say like my only word of encouragement is that like everybody sucks and everybody looks stupid when they do video and podcasts, stuff like that for the first umpteen times, like it's documenting, it's not creating, don't overcomplicate it. And just be okay with looking dumb because nobody cares and it's going to make you more money.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We all look dumb for a little bit. And then at some point you look up and you're like, wow, I don't look as dumb as I used to.
Yeah.
And this is working. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Where I'm at now, baby. You know what? Listen to this. RJ knows we got a little break room over here with a whiteboard. I've been shooting YouTube videos for our channel every day. One take, baby. I got our office manager holds the damn camera. There's no microphones. It's just me and a whiteboard. One take. If I dribble over my words, it makes zero difference to me whatsoever. There's literally a microwave next to me. Who cares, man? You're just putting out quality content. Like I do not care. And the sooner you could get to that place of like, look, man, I'm just doing what needs to be done. You're going to be widely successful. It's getting to that place. It's overcoming these fears to get you to the place of like, thinking you look stupid and things like that. So with that being said, RJ, what feedback, put a bow on this thing, Mr. Pepino.
Well, how do we, if you guys want to get started with Carrot, what is the best way to do that, Brady?
Show notes down below.
Go to the show notes, right?
Yeah.
Get yourself a Carrot site if you don't have one already. I'm just speaking to the ones that are, trying to get a website going, and definitely don't let that, just make the decision, quick decision. Get carrot.com. It's going to be super easy for you. And then you gotta make sure that you got this chat GPT prompt that's in the 40-minute section of this video, but then go back and rewind because we were going to just give you 7, but we've got about 10 tips, 7 ways to build the credibility that you're going to need to stand out in today's competitive house buying market, especially for off-market sellers.
If you guys, I know that some people, if you're like me, you like to nerd out on marketing. We've got a podcast. Just go to the podcast app, search carrot.com or just search Evergreen Marketing. Similar to you guys, we interview investors who are crushing it, but we're specifically talking about like inbound lead gen, website conversion, new marketing tactics. We get real tactical on like how to produce leads. So I don't know, any of you guys who are like actually serious about learning how to generate leads, feel free to check it out.
That's awesome, Brady. Thanks for that share. We appreciate you guys, and also too, if you guys got a lot of value out of this podcast, definitely share it with somebody that could use this help. If you got a buddy that's into house buying space, real estate investing space, definitely share us. It would help us a lot. And then also, if you're ready to take your, where you're currently at right now to the next level, we've got a couple programs for you, and I would love to talk to you about how our students are crushing it. Every single day we see somebody making moves, doing deals.
Hell yeah.
We got a couple students very recently that are doing this now full time. They've left their W-2. It was a choice for them to leave it. So if you are interested in that, in the show notes, you can go and book a call with our team. And we'd love to see where you can fit in our community. And that's Cream. Our flagship program is Cream Launch. So where we take you from, where you're at to your next deal, your next rental. Anyways, that's all we got today.
Yeah, and
Gents.
just for clarity, it's Cream Launch, Launch. I got a DM recently and said, "What's up with the free lunch?" And I'm like, "There ain't no free lunch, bro. It's not free lunch. It's launch."
Like,
Shoot, I got excited. I'm
launching
getting
off
hungry over here. I was
rockets.
hoping for free lunch from you guys.
No, they're
man.
like, what is it, brown bag or hot plate? And I'm like, bro,
Hot plate.
come on, dog. Hey, everybody, Brady, just hang out for a few minutes, and RJ and I will wrap it up with you in the studio. But hey, guys, I got good news and I got bad news. Brady, good news and bad news. Which one do you want first?
Always bad news first. Swallow the frog.
Bad news is that time flies.
It does.
The good news is that you're the pilot. Take control. Let's go, baby. We'll see you next Wednesday, 11/11.